Good evening. My name is Nick Heidenberg from the St. John de Matha Council of the Knights of Columbus. We're questioning tonight whether democracy can withstand the test of civil disobedience. We're going to explore this issue with the sisters of whom some consider a human rights activist. Her name is Joan Andrews. And I would like to welcome Suzanne Brindle and Miriam Lademan. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
I want to welcome you to our show, and I'd like to ask you, could you tell our viewers about your sister Joan Andrews?
Okay. Well, Joan is a very religious and spiritual person that truly is someone that feels that you can't just talk about religion. You can't just, you really have to live it. And she feels it, she lives it, she always has. I mean, much better than I ever did when I was a kid. I always used to think that, oh, Joan's going to be religious because she just had a spiritual quality about her and a gentleness that I know she's very close to God. And that's why she loves people and is willing to lay down her life for those that she thinks cannot protect themselves, and has always been that way.
And what has she done that would make people think that she's committing a crime of civil disobedience? For our viewers, many people don't know what she has been arrested for.
Yeah. Before Joan was married, she was been what they call a pro-life activist, but she's mainly just tried to save babies' lives through rescue. And if you know what rescue is, it's going to the abortion clinic and trying to put yourself between the abortionists and the victims, and trying to tell the mothers that there are those that love them and that will take care of their babies, and that we want to help them. And the rescue movement is to save babies' lives, and she has always been part of that. And right now she's in prison in Pittsburgh because she will not sign a paper that saying that she won't save babies' lives, that she won't rescue babies.
Could you tell us what is civil disobedience?
Well, civil disobedience would be putting God's law before man's law when they conflict. And it's not doing it because you dislike your country, but rather because you love it and you want to bring its laws back in line with God's laws. And, any Christian, any person has to do that. With the rescues, we've never felt that it's actually civil disobedience because even the law allows someone to break like to trespass to save someone's life. If a child were drowning and you went onto someone's property to save them, it wouldn't be breaking a law. It's called the justification defense or the necessity defense, where if it's necessary to save someone's life, you can break lesser laws, and it's not really breaking a law.
I understand that Joan had been involved in the civil rights movement, that you had lived as a family in the South, and could you tell us about that?
Okay. Your turn. Okay. Yes, we grew up in Tennessee, and we grew up in an area where there was a lot of prejudice against Catholics and blacks and Jews, and I think God prepared us for that, because when we ran into the anger or the mistrust or the hatred, our parents would just tell us they don't understand. They've been brought up that way, but we experienced it firsthand. That being hit, being persecuted, and yet the more we did not respond with anger and understanding it as love. You know, many people were converted, and the friends that, the people that were sometimes are the ones that didn't like the church, would say things or could even be cruel to somebody else. At least they began to understand. There's, Joan was involved in sitting in at lunch counters. We went to a private girls' school, a Catholic girls' school in Nashville, Tennessee. It was called St. Bernard's Academy, and the nuns told us, you know, how scared they were when crosses were burned in their front yard by the Ku Klux Klan. And matter of fact, the Ku Klux Klan started about, I guess about 35 miles from where we grew up. And actually our family was one of the first Catholic families in the area. And so we experienced at a very young age what hatred meant, and yet how the only way to overturn that or to be stronger than that was through Christian love, and to be able to love anyway and not to show hatred for hatred. And it was just a spontaneous thing. We had very loving, holy, good parents, and we owe that to them. And I think God prepared us. He knew where to put us, you know, because when abortion was legalized, it was so shocking that Joan kept saying, this couldn't happen in America. And when we were in high school, she was very consumed with reading about the Nazi Holocaust. And I kept saying, don't look at those pictures, don't read that stuff. It was so depressing to me, and I just couldn't stand to bear it. And she said, but it happened in a Christian country. If it happened there, it could happen here. You know, and it wasn't that long ago. It was in you know, we were born right after the war. And our parents both met during the war.